Hello everyone. So I'm here in Nashville for RecFest. So RecFest is a festival and a recruiting conference all in one. There are some festival elements like carnival games. There's a Ferris wheel, tents, like circus tents and such. But the real one is basically the recruiting conference, dealing with the trends and what's going on in recruiting AI. Oh yeah, so I'll be going there in a brief. So I'm gonna have my breakfast and then we'll head out to Bicentennial Park here. Alright, I'll see y'all later.
What you are in store for is probably unlike anything you've experienced before. This is a festival. This is not a conference. There are multiple stages. There are many people. There are activations. There are drinks. There is music. This is not SHRM. This is not a stuffy conference. So, we're going to kick things off. This is the first time that RecFest has jumped the pond over to the USA. So, I know, it's been a long time coming.
Thing calm and go faster, and I think all these like things we're talking about apply.
Yeah, the larger the organization, the more the hires, the more we tend to get complex with our process as well. And you'll hear this throughout the day at every 10. Simplicity is the key, especially in hourly hiring, right? We can't, for decades, literally if you take a look at the last 30 years in the development of an ATS structure, it was built specifically for white collar hiring. We're talking about high volume hourly hiring. The difference between somebody willing to sit in front of their laptop for 15 or 20 minutes and jump through your hoops, or someone who's sitting in the parking lot of a McDonald's stealing Wi-Fi trying to apply to your job on a mobile device.
And had a situation like that where Microsoft has an automotive industry group, and I was told, hey, you're going to help source on this role. It's in the autonomous driving space. I had no idea what autonomous driving was, and so did a very, very quick search on Google and just typed in autonomous vehicle systems. Clicked on images, and what I've learned over time is anytime you do a search on Google looking to educate yourself, you're probably going to find a picture that you can bring into a hiring manager or business leader to help drive the conversation.
You're confident? You're videoing it?
Yeah. Okay, let me go to the body here.
You got 4 seconds.
I got it. Oh, that's right.
You got it for sure.
Oh! Okay.
But it's in a better position now.
Yeah, it's a better position, yeah. Alright. There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's a stab. Oh!
Oh my god!
Oh!
Go on, you can have one more go.
Okay, alright.
Best of 3.
Alright. Okay, this is longer than I expected. Alright. There we go. Nice!
God, you got it!
Nice! Woo! One time!
Got our first winner!
Ah, okay, reset. Ah.
You got it?
Yep. There's a
Oh my
pink
gosh,
puppy. There we
love
go.
it. Well
Nice.
done.
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. Let's see.
All right, number 5 drivers, pick up your controller.
There we go.
All
Oh.
right, you'll be in the silver car. I'll explain.
Woo!
Feel the trigger, and use that
Woohoo!
full speed.
Alright, so what this is?
Alright, what you got?
Full speed at all times.
Glasses.
No talent is required, just like
Yeah.
real thing.
Ah, thank you. Got my glasses.
And go! All right, yellow starts out front, in the traffic, police car on the hood. More trouble with the police cars. Police car in the infield. Red, upside down. Pit crew, you're back. All right. Nice. Good driving, guys. All right, current leader is green, followed by yellow and silver. Oh, your leader goes off track. Leader off again. Watch the merge there, green. You're back, green. Go, go, go. There's no weight in racing. You need weight. Wait. All right, 10 seconds, and it's the silver, yellow, and red in that order. Oh, there goes green. Nice parking, green. Nice parking. No parking in the infield, please. All right, so first place, silver, red, and green. So, thank you for racing on Fountains High Speed Hiring Speedway. We have medals for the top 3, and when at the medal ceremony at the booth, you get registered for the grand prize.
All right, if you're green, you can take my silver. I already have my silver medal.
Big sales pitch, budget staying the same, we're not going to be able to do much new and different. And they came to the table with some thought leadership ideas that were like $1.2 million. And I couldn't help but laugh at them in the moment. This is, if anyone knows Alin from Smart Recruiter, she says batshit crazy a lot. So that was my thought. Why would you come to this? And their thought was, well, you could go to your CEO and your executive team and ask for the money from them. And I realized that a lot of vendors can be out of touch with where TA budget comes from. It comes from the CEO and from the business. In many organizations, you are not generating revenue for your organization. You're a cost to them.
Don't know, but that actually brings me to the second problem, so it's a really nice segue. The second problem that I see is there's no backup. There's no way to anticipate the answer to that question. Spotify's rolled out DJs to all of us. If you haven't used it, I actually like it sometimes. But what if we decide we don't like it? They can't hire enough people to fill the DJ role that the service is, they literally can't provide the service anymore if it turns out it doesn't work. So AI brings us to a level of scale and speed that there's no backup plan. And I'm going to make it a little bit worse before we turn the tide.
I was going to say thanks.
Yeah,
Drink
I
open.
know,
Thanks,
right?
Jason.
It is
really driving morale here.
It's going to be afternoon when we're done, so drinks are legit. The third problem I see with AI is something that I have so many friends here who I used to speak with about social media. We saw this 14, 15 years ago. We actually don't know the true ROI of this technology, and we can't know. A true profit motive works a particular way. When your CFO builds their financial models, you use known quantities, or you might guess, but there's no baseline for what we're doing. Right? The costs equation and the revenue equation both require baselines. AI breaks all of them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'll talk a little bit now about kind of what we're doing at Humanly, specifically in the conversational AI space with our AI co-pilot for high volume hiring. So certainly, there are risks, but I 100% believe that AI will transform hiring. It already has. Many of us already are using a lot of different AI solutions. I also at the same time believe that, as many of us here too, AI is never going to replace recruiters, but recruiters using AI will replace those who don't.
So I got the vegan nachos. So vegan meat, vegan cheese, pico de gallo, jalapenos. It actually had those fries which I wanted, but I'm worried about the crispiness on that. So here we go. So here's the vegan nachos here.
I don't like it.
I mean, it tastes like a nacho. All right, so there's two conflicting things here. One, it's a bit cold. You need to warm up a little bit on that one. Second thing, the jalapeno is a little bit spicy, so that's good on that front. So it's a mixed review for me. I mean, I ain't something to eat, so. And there are only 3 food trucks. I had pizza yesterday, so. Vegan nachos, not bad. but now they have other food trucks coming in. So
I asked ChatGPT to rank 100 skills that recruiters deem essential in the world of work. I then asked ChatGPT to say, okay, which of these skills are most exposed to AI? Can you please grade them for me? Then I asked ChatGPT to say, can you force rank 1 to 100 which skills are most insulated versus the ones that are most exposed? On the left, we have the most exposed. On the right, we have the most insulated. So I just want you to take a look at that. These slides obviously will be available for you to.
We have different channels that work at different levels based on the job, the location, the skills, what I'm hiring for. But for some reason, we have siloed these different channels. We've said recruitment, marketing, and advertising is over here, and we're going to use programmatic advertising or job posting or whatever. And then we've got internal hiring, that's going to happen over here. And then we've got targeted, we've got our focus on diversity, we've got our focus on early career and college and campus recruiting, that's over here. And then we've got agencies, and that's where we surprise ourselves at the end of the year every time. How much did we just spend on agencies? Oh my God, we need to do better. Yeah, we do, and then next year we kind of have Groundhog Day again and realize how this has proliferated through the organization.
Work alongside the analytics department for workforce planning, D&I data, retention strategies, talent data, talent mobility. It'll give you all of this information. Talent acquisition. So what are your competitors hiring? How are they hiring? What's the skills? Skills availability, right? HR, so compensation, benefits, time, cost per hire. This is all the intelligence that this function will come across. And the strategy, so location information, market intelligence, the skills, the risk profiles, and then also mergers and acquisition, okay? That's the other part that I don't think that the software vendors look at, is that mergers and acquisition piece. That's the biggest differentiator for me.
So here's what people think execs want. They think they want financials, data, and numbers, right? That's it, pretty much. Anyone tells you go to execs, what do they tell you? Numbers, data, financials, right? Yes, and. Anyone taken improv before? Yes, and? Yes, and. It's not everything. So execs also want you to tell them what you need to move the needle and why. Okay? So what do you need? You need to know what you need. You can't say, I've got this problem and I don't really know, so help me fix it. They're not gonna help you fix it. So tell them, figure out what you need, tell them what you need to move the needle and why. Notice I said move the needle. They need to know the reason you need this thing. You need to speak in terms they understand. Okay, we'll get to this in a little bit in a later slide, but most execs are not talent professionals. So when you say things to them like quality of hire or time to fill, they don't know enough to be dialed into what that actually means and entails, so you've got to speak the language that they are familiar with. You also need to collaborate with them enough, but also make their jobs easier. So you know that common phrase that we say, help me help you? It's kind of like that when collaborating with execs. Tell me what you think. Cool, I like that and. Okay? They want to be a little bought in, not too bought in, but they want to feel included in the conversation. And then results. Execs want results. Because guess what? Execs are, at the end of the day, what's the board looking for them for? Results, right? So they want you to bring results to them.
What we're seeing is the fact that people move jobs when their job sucks. Shouldn't surprise you, but the recruiting costs are actually really high. So basically, people who switch jobs did so for the following reasons. The turnover at their company negatively impacted their job performance. So We all know about doing more with less. We're cutting headcounts, all that. People are looking to leave once you cut their budgets and their resources, as it turns out. I want to point out how high this one is, and this is very specific to the United States. Now, run this in literally any other place. This does not come up as high, and it is because of our amazing work-life balance. 78% said, I'm feeling burnt out or stressed, and that is what is precipitating me starting to look for another job. Here's what I think is interesting. This has happened to me my entire career, but is a pretty pervasive problem right now. Hey, guess what? You have more responsibilities, and we're upping your title. And guess what? You don't get any more money. Later.
So that was day one of RecFest, and I have to say, this is probably a most unique event I've been to in a while. It is what it is, a festival. It's a combination of recruiting events, recruiting sessions, plus music and games and food. And it's a festival, so you can walk around to any session you want or any vendor you go to. It's like going to your local county festival. So yeah, it was pretty cool. I would say this, like, it was a long day. I think the theory was that it's the sun. The sun was out. It was a glorious day, but the sun was out and it was blistering hot. So well, I would say blistering hot. It was hot, but not blistering hot, but enough sun where you need suntan immediately. But it made it for a long day. But I have to say, the event went pretty well. I do think if the event goes a little bit bigger, I think they're going to have more vendors and more variety of games. So it has that feel to it, and I love the atmosphere to it. And I did learn a lot from that session. The overarching theme for these sessions was AI, and what AI is going to be in recruiting and talent acquisition. The overreaching theme. So the theme based of most of the talks I went to was that recruiting or talent acquisition needs to be human. It needs to have empathy and needs that connected human touch, essentially. Sadly, with these billionaires and the people who want to get rich quick, the name of the game is profitability. I think that's a bit of a shame that that everything has to be thought of as a profit center. And this is why I always say this. I always say this when I was an HR blogger for quite a while. This was like back in 2008. So I always say this: for any company, do you want to make a profit or do you want to be great? Two different things. People think it's the same thing. It's not. If you want to be great, you got to be great with the people, with the technologies, the product, the service, everything. And also, do you back up your mission and your values? And then profit is just a bonus to being great. Making profit, you have to take some sacrifices, and that does involve your employees. And I think that's a hard thing to fathom. And right now, and you hear this about the actor strike, the writer strike, that these companies are looking to find the bottom dollar, like trying to reduce their budget to make money later on. And it's very hard to do. And I don't know a good solution. It's a great concept. I think AI and recruiting and talent acquisition should be the starter. It should be part of the toolkit, because for me, it made me a better writer, and also has some influence on Boolean searches and such, but not that much, but has some influence to it. But if you're looking for people, you'd rather not give interview questions to AI, because they'll gather that information and save it. It's about the bottom line, and I don't know how people can escape that. It's late stage capitalism. But yeah, the sessions were very good. Day 2 is tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Alright, so we're here at day 2 on RecFest. So I expect the same thing, but it's going to be a little bit shorter. It should end around 3 to 4 p.m. Central Time here. So this is going to be a little bit shorter than yesterday and the Blair stuff, but it's not that bad here. Crowd cover is kind of holding it in, so that's good. Alright, let's head to day 2.
On this time and what we might be able to need in terms of giving back. So paying it forward, to me, is a very critical component of any professional. And I think in our profession, it's something that's needed right now.
If we don't have that cachet and panache, you don't have the influence that you are desiring. I'm not suggesting that you are non-essential, that you are less than. I'm not in any way suggesting that. What I'm saying is we have to interrupt that frequency of how you are building that relationship so that people say, when you speak, you are heard. Listen, I want you to move with authority. I want you to feel empowered. The second thing that I want you to be able to do is strategically to look at whatever it is that you are suggesting. If it has something to do with building a communications strategy, look strategically at the organization. Where are they? Are they in transformation phase? Maturation phase? Are they in a phase of hyper growth? What phase is that business in? Because that will influence how you come up with solutions, whether it be academic research, white papers, blog posts, podcasts, whatever it is that you are suggesting to them, it depends on what phase they are in, because you can give a solution, but it's for the wrong phase of the business. And it doesn't land the way that you want it to land. But then you have to look at tactical execution. See, it's one thing for us to make a suggestion. When I make a suggestion, then I know how to execute. I want you to be able to execute. And if you can't do it, who amongst your colleagues can do it with you?
And I'm going to talk how we can stay active and stay relevant and make our jobs recession-proof, because it's not about hiring. It's about building relationships. It's about engaging.
Before, source with your hiring manager. Sit down in front of ChatGPT, show them things, ask them how they're using it. Go to an industry meeting, show them how to network. That's purely human. Go over a conference agenda with the hiring manager. Partner with them to write your messaging. Partner with the senior people in the group. If there's someone in your company doing a job, you know, you A/B test your message, you send it to them from an external email and see if they respond to you. Just don't use your real name. And that way you'll know if it's good or not. Review association and open source contributions and community forums. Go to where the people you covet are and take the people with you. They will learn. Show them what their kids are doing online. By the way, if you really want to show a hiring manager the really cool shit that we do, show them what their kids are doing. Even though they'll say, no, I don't want to do it, they will.
You can, my friend swears by this. She uses Otter, but you don't even have to do that. She gets the transcription, plugs it into ChatGPT. She works third party, and she says, write the summary email that I can submit to my client. And it takes, because I would spend an hour writing those when I was third party. I hated it because I had to be every little detail. And so it will go in and just write the whole summary of the phone screen and like make it all pretty so you can send it right to your hiring manager if you're in-house or if you're third party to your client. She swears by this. It saves her an hour every time, she says.
This is the pedestal I decided to step on. And I've got a great co-pilot, Ronnie Bratcher, helping me. Is to do research. Take a moment to figure things out before you dive into a shallow lake or pool, because what's going to happen? You'll be on deck.
It's about coming back to Nashville. So in this one, we added keywords like Vanderbilt, other kind of employers in the area. In SyncOut, you can do a previous location search where you can put it, and we put in Nashville.
So we found people who used to live here and we reminded of them of their good times here. So we targeted Vanderbilt individually and we wrote about remember your college days, brought some things up that were specific to Vanderbilt. And then we also, so when we did the search, we came up with 11,000 candidates.
Alright, so just got back from a bunch of events actually. So day 2 and the final day of RecFest ended. I just went to the sourcing sessions basically and just trying to learn a little bit. I did walk around, tried to play the other games. I actually did better than I did yesterday, but I didn't get the grand prize and such. And I almost had the ball, the call machine, the grand prize for headphones, but I already have headphones, so it doesn't matter. So, but at this point, I didn't pick up anything. But yeah, so it has been a very busy day, not only for RecFest, but I actually met someone. But beforehand, let me show you the swag that I got. Yeah, so I got a bunch of swag, and I gotta say, it's although it's small, like for the Shun conference, you get a lot of swag, but here at RecFest, there's a quality swag, not necessarily a huge quantities and such, but there's quality swag that you can take home and be useful for it. So, just to let you know, I actually lost my pair of toppers, my sunglasses. Well, I did lose the Nationals one, but that was way before then, but I lost the glow in the dark and the sunglasses, the sunglass topper. So luckily, many of the booths had these sunglasses. So I took one. I had actually 3 of them. One from Fountain, one green one I believe from Coach's HQ, and then another one was from Move Job. It was an orange one. I actually gave it to the special guest, which I will mention a little bit later, and I'll tell you about that later. This is the recovery kit from Find 'em. So you get recovery. So you get the eye beads to rest your eyes, lip balm, other stuff, and then the electrolyte mix, which I actually do need to refresh, but I'm good for now. It's just a secret. I actually injured my foot during this trip. I don't know what happened to it, but it was painful the first day, but look, I iced it up, and it's tolerable, but there's some ache to it, but it's not that bad. This is from Thrive, and I actually like this. This is it's a pendant flower. This might be a little bit tricky to get to it, but it's actually pretty cool. This is a water bottle. Initially, I thought it was a spray bottle of how the shape looks like, but it actually is the water bottle. So you actually click on this. It does look like a spray bottle if you look at, but if you open it up, at the open mouth. Now this is actually a combo of lip balm and sunscreen. Pretty useful. And this is from Shaker Recruitment Management. And then, as you see here, you have the Fountain bucket hat. I am not a fan of the bucket hat. My brother and my mother love these bucket hats, so this is for them. Yeah, this is the quote-unquote wireless charger. What charges your phone? Don't necessarily you plug it in. You just place your back of the phone and it charges. I think it's iPhone adaptable, so it's fine if I need something. If I forgot to bring a watch and such, so my phone charged. So okay. And then this is the dog that I won on a call machine on Hacker Job. Shortbread and Tennessee Trail Mix. This is from Bountiful. This is actually pretty good. I'm going to carry this home and get those snacks in. I had a lot of snacks. What you also didn't see is I did get popcorn as well, but I immediately eat that because I enjoy that and I don't want to get crushed, so this will do. Alright, so this is the qualified beer. This is Audio Koala. So Audi, and then O, the middle name, and then Koala. Qualified does screen interviews in a Snap, so they do this, hence Audio Koala. Now here's a few that I really enjoy. Actually, let me get this in the back here. So one of the gifts is a t-shirt. This is a Greens from Nashville from Hacker Job here. And then this is the silver medal that I actually won twice. Won the silver medal twice. Got second on that electronic racetrack, as you saw earlier on day 1. I didn't get the win. I was kind of slow on the transitions and such, so It has been a long time since I played that, but cool. I got the second place medal. A few more items here. So as you see on the top, it's a pink cowboy hat. Initially, I decided to wanted to dress it up. I wanted something gray, so they had something grayish and such. But I got this as a wing to this one. Initially, I wanted the pink cowboy hat to do a match with my City Connect outfit. So I had the City Connect jersey plus the pink pants to match up with the hat. So had something to it. But as I think about this, I forgot my oldest niece actually likes riding horses. So she wants to be a horse caretaker. So I'm gonna give this to her for Christmas. So hopefully she enjoys it. Now, this is my favorite swag of the event. Canadian maple syrup. This is from Van Hack. Canadian maple syrup. I might try a little bit because too much sugar and you know my situation. But Canadian maple syrup. And we do have a bunch of pancakes and waffles in my house back home. So this might be pretty useful. So Canadian maple syrup. I really like this from Van Hack and such. Enjoy. And finally, this is not necessarily giveaway swag because I actually did buy this, but I forgot to mention this. But this is the Johnny Cash American Rebel shirt that I got from the Johnny Cash Museum. Again, attend the museum. If you go to Nashville, it is a must to attend. Not Las Vegas, or not some maybe the Predators and such, but it is. That's actually I just discovered that the Bridgestone Arena, the Music City Center, and then there's the Convention Center, which is crazy all together, and they all work very well. And then not too far is the football stadium, Nissan Stadium. So they developed the city well. Now there's a lot of traffic now these days, but they developed the city pretty well. Now they just need to build it more urban, if you will, and such. But yeah, this is the Johnny Cash shirt. Now there's a few items I want to show you. As you see, I have a new apron. I actually finally met the Mustard Queen. She does live in the Nashville area, and yeah, I wanted to meet up with her when I got here in Nashville, and we did. And as I mentioned, I had an orange sunglasses. I gave that to her because she is a Tennessee Falls fan, so she has the orange sunglasses. But yeah, this is the apron. Spread mustard, not hate. Love that. Love that. And then there's the City Guide Nashville that her husband gave that for future trips if I need to. So pretty cool. And finally, her mustard creations. So this is the spicy brown mustard that was made actually a couple weeks ago. So, and this looks like TSA compatible, hopefully, in this one, but should be work. So this is the spicy brown mustard, and this is the everything bagel. So this is the experimental one. So I'm gonna try it when I get back home and see how it tastes like. So I do not know what it is. So expectations are kind of rampant in this case. So yeah, she is a lovely woman, a lovely couple they have, and yeah, and I'm glad she is having the success that she has. Yeah, so that is it on my trip to Nashville and the last day of RecFest. So I'll be heading back home tomorrow morning, and I will see you back there. And when I get back there, I'll be getting old. I mean, literally, I'll be getting old. Alright, see you later.